Auntie Paulette. Give me a minute. Oh. Okay, guys. I'm making a chicken salad because the weather is starting to get very warm, and I broke my stand. I literally was about to make a video and broke the stand, and this one I put on here is not stretching far enough, so I had to go live because I don't have time to edit. I do crochet hats. I'm about to cook some chicken salad. I got everything cut up, and we're gonna go through those steps. But I just came back from a cruise to Jamaica, so I just want to share a couple little tips. I started crocheting hats. All these hats. On the ship, I saw people with them, and I've been making them. That's for the 4th of July. Another tip, that's just something you can do on the side to make you some extra money. Also, my plants. This plant right here is bell pepper. I start trying to see what vegetables and peppers that I could grow in my house. Okay, hold on. Getting back to the food. And if you do watch my videos, I always tell you, a lot of times I do not cook with gloves on because it's for myself. And I'm not using gloves when I'm eating it. But I got on gloves today because I'm making this for someone else. I sell food and everything. So we're going to make a chicken salad. So we're going to use, I use chicken breast, and I just chopped it all up, shredded it. I used chicken breast, but I did use some dark meat too. So that's the chicken. Then I wanted to put some noodles in it. So I'm going to use these pinwheel noodles. I cut up 5 stalks of celery. 5 stalks of celery. I cut up a whole onion. And I cut up a bell pepper. So we're going to put the noodles in first. I hate I broke my phone stand because this is hard to cook like this. I don't have enough room on my counter. That's why I put gloves on today. Because when I make my salad, it be so good, and I got to mix with my hand because it's going to have a lot of love in my food. So, making sure all the noodles are loose, not stuck together. I cooked them and I boiled them in water, and I used some oil in the pan to keep the noodles from sticking, and then I didn't cook them more than 10 minutes. Okay, so that was a whole box of pinwheel noodles. I'm going to pour in the bell pepper. The celery. And the onion. You're going to mix that around in there so everything goes around. And now you're going to add chicken. I might have made too much chicken. I don't know. Gonna mix that together. Hi, hi, Miranda. My name is Eleonora. Okay. Hello. Thanks for watching. I shared that I just came back from a cruise on the Carnival Horizon. And I met a lot of good people. And I'm making a chicken salad. So I use pinwheel noodles. And I do have on gloves. So as I shredded my chicken up with a fork. I cooked the chicken breast, held it in my hand, and shredded it like you would do pulled pork. So I just shredded it with a fork. Okay. Now, I always buy the real store brand mayonnaise because it makes stuff taste better. Okay, so basically it's not I put, like I said, I put a whole onion chopped up in here, a whole bell pepper, and 5 stalks of celery. I'm not going to use a lot of seasoning, just enough to flavor it. So I'm going to use some salt. And some pepper. I'm going to put more as I stir it. But right now, this is just on top. And some onion powder. I use like a lot of onion powder. Okay. Now, I'm going to put the mayonnaise. You don't want, like, if you was making a tuna salad, you would add pickle relish or dill relish. You don't want any pickles in this. This is why I put the gloves on, because I want to make sure everything is mixed. And because I'm making it for my church, I'm not going to stick my hands down in this, so I have gloves on. But normally you won't see me cook with gloves because I'm cooking for me. And my hands be clean. My house be clean. My hands be clean. But you got to put some love in the food sometime. Make sure it's mixed all the way through that, every piece of it. You don't want to eat some dry noodles or dried chicken. You want to make sure everything has mayonnaise. We might have to add more mayonnaise, but this is where I'm going to get my hands into it. A spoon can only do so much work. So, I'm not going to put my hands in no more because now I got to take these gloves off. So now I'm not going to stick my hands in it no more. Okay, so now I'm going to add a little more pepper. Well, no, I probably need to taste it to see if it's seasoned enough. It needs a little more salt. A little more pepper. And it needs a little more mayonnaise. Watch the video from the beginning. I'm making, who said huh? Huh what? Okay, that's how it looks. Chicken salad, chicken salad. And I did have gloves on, I just took them off. For people that just got in the video. Okay, so I'm gonna taste it now. And you see me going in my drawer, getting a new fork, because I made this dish for someone, or a spoon. It's seasoned just right. So I actually made too much chicken. I have to bag this up because I made too much chicken. So I'm just spreading it out. Okay, so I spread it out. It's nice and done. And I'm going to just top it with some paprika. This is a nice dish when it's hot outside. This is when I lose weight. Summertime, getting hot outside, I'm going to be eating salads and different things because it'd be too hot to eat food. It really pressures you down. I usually eat this with some crackers. Paprika. And now it's all nice and done. If you come back, I gotta wrap this up, put it in the refrigerator. The next thing I'm gonna come back on the live and do, I'm gonna make some Texas hot dog sauce by scratch. So I'll be back in about 10 minutes going live again on another recipe. Thanks for all of you that are watching. God bless everyone. In the beginning of the video, when I showed my plants, I'm starting to get knowledgeable that we must plant because the government is getting so bad. We are about to be, just like the Bible said, a famine in the land. You better start growing vegetables at home so you'll have things to eat. Stock up on water. And don't really stress out about it because if you believe in God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, God gonna take care of us. Those that follow Him. All right, guys. Bye. Be back in a little bit making some Texas hot dog sauce.